going to be sharing a demo of some of the new technology that we've been working on our Wade product. For those that are familiar, especially with our platform, Wendy is our enterprise, AI recruiter. We deploy Wendy with organizations so that she can automate, top of funnel sourcing, programmatic advertising, screening of inbound applicants through chat, and scheduling interviews. And so that's been really our focus primarily for the journey of Wade and Wendy, the journey of our company. Really, our goal was, let's start with, if we can make the recruiting process more efficient, then that gives us some foundation to be able to help people get work faster and help people be able to get work more effectively. Now, we are now starting to introduce the Wade platform, which is, there's no better time for it. It's been in beta for quite some time, and we're still inviting people into the beta programs, but you're going to learn a lot about what we have upcoming and in store for our users today. So let me share my screen quickly, and then I'm going to hand it off to Whit. Whit, while I'm doing this, you want to just briefly introduce yourself?
My name is Whit Walker. I'm the VP of Product here at Wade & Wendy, overseeing both the development of Wendy, who many of you have come to meet in the past and have worked with, and now also happy to be sharing with you today, Wade, that Drew is going to tee up for us here in a quick presentation, and then I'm going to walk you through some of the highlights of the chat and the platform, everything that goes into it as well, so that you can get an idea of many of the things we've been working on that relate directly to a lot of those highlights that the guys were just talking about.
Okay, can everyone see my screen? Whit, can you see my screen?
Yep. Okay,
great. So I'm going to move through this quickly because I'd rather spend more time on the presentation, on the demo. But so Wade is, so again, if you know about Wade and Wendy, we have a conversational engagement platform that really is the kind of the interaction experience that job seekers have with Wade and Wendy. And Wade is focused on the candidate side of things. So think of him as a personalized career advisor, connecting you to job opportunities and insights based on all your interactions with Wade as he learns more about you over time. So, one way that I like to think about Wade, and I think it's a really interesting way to that people can kind of understand what we do. So, if you've heard the concept of a talent community, I imagine what comes to mind is a company has a talent community where candidates opt into, and they can learn about, opportunities or new employer brand information, or, get some blog articles, that type of thing. With Wade, we try to flip the model. We make the candidate the center of their own talent community. Again, it's always for us about how do we personalize the recruiting experience. So with Wade, candidates are opting into meeting Wade, engaging with Wade, and then learning about different opportunities, content, advice, employers, all that are relevant based on their interests, their location, their skills, and the like. So that's how we kind of flip the script. So how does Wade work? Well, there's a few different things. One, we work with companies on it to support outplacement, both from whether the employees get laid off or maybe just people that were non-hired in your talent pipeline. We always say that we try to turn the decline email into an opportunity email. Because again, in this day, in this time, we need to be all working together to help get people back to work. And we think that's a really important piece of the puzzle. The second component is personalization. We're a data company at our core. That's the foundation of everything that we do. So, all the interactions and data and patterns that we identify, we utilize to be able to give people career advice and help them to navigate their career path over time. On top of that, there's also the marketability side of things. Because we have Wendy, who's works hand in hand with recruiting organizations across enterprise organizations, mid-stage companies, and the like. We have direct access to make sure that these candidates are presented effectively. So what we do is make sure that on a role-by-role basis, every time that Wade presents an opportunity to a job seeker, he also gets the information that's relevant to that specific role. So when we present that candidate to the company, we can make sure that they're seeing the most up-to-date and relevant insights for that specific opportunity. And lastly, again, everything that we're doing here is all about personalization and matching. So how do we make sure that the right career advice, the right job opportunities get presented to the right job seeker? And we put a lot of work and time into those types of things. So, how does Wade differ? I'd say there's a few different things. One, I think, when we look at the traditional ways that people approach a job search, is one where it's very DIY, it's very do-it-yourself opportunity discovery. You have to kind of self-evaluate. You have to, unless you're lucky enough to be working with people like Kenneth, you're kind of left in the limbo. I know I have a lot of friends that, are just kind of aimlessly looking for jobs, and they really don't know exactly what's the right thing for them. So I think, step one of how I think Wade is really going to offer a unique approach to the job search is to do self-discovery, to understand your skill sets, transformative skills, kind of get a feel for, different personality capabilities, journal and start to think about what you're learning on a day-by-day basis. So when it's time to build a resume or go through an interview, you have this repository of things that you've kept track of so that you can speak to. Second is we think of it as a search versus suggestion. The traditional model for a job seeker is to go out and search for opportunities. But with Wade, we want it to be all suggestion driven. There is no search. It's really about, here's what we found for you, and take a look and let's focus on one opportunity at a time. What do you think about this opportunity? If that's not the right one, let's find another one, instead of just looking through hundreds and pressing apply. And that kind of lends itself to the spray and pray approach that happens often when people are going through a job search. And I'm not saying that it's not a numbers game. We all know that's the case, but there needs to be a more personalized, specific approach to identifying the right opportunity, investing and making sure that you're presented in the most effective way. So, why is the need for Wade? Well, we've been talking about it all day today. It's, we of course, the record high unemployment. I think general lack of awareness in how skills become transferable to translate into new opportunities, and the support of that is going to be really, really important. There's also limited tooling. If you really look, there is so many technology applications and tools for the recruiting side of things, but there's not nearly as much for job seekers. They're really left out in the fray, and part of that is because it's oftentimes a very difficult business model. So, for us, where our foundation of our business is always going to be on the employer side, we're able to build tooling for job seekers without having them break the bank. We give Wade away for free to job seekers. We don't want them to pay. We want them really to just benefit from this technology so that the job seekers the employers can get access to great talent and deeper insights. And I think the last piece of that part of this is the trends that are happening. There are a lot of behavior changes that are happening right now that we really need to reduce. The one-click apply, the friction, the remote work. There's just so much noise now because opportunities are almost endless. How do we sift through that stuff without getting overwhelmed? Well, having some kind of support system, I think, is really, really important. So, ultimately, how does Wade benefit talent? And again, I'm excited about this demo today. I think you're going to really get a better view of this all. But, it enables job seekers to, gain better insights into the candidates' opportunities. We're matching them to relevant opportunities. It's a platform where you can build your talent brand. We talk a lot about employer brand, but who's helping you build your talent brand? And how do we and help you to market yourself to employers? And then just, again, I think at the end of the day, going back to our recent meditation, how do we make this less stressful? How do we provide organization, support, guidance to remove a little of that chaos of the job search? And on the company side, it's things like I mentioned earlier, outplacement support, or, turning that decline email into an opportunity email, creating channels for organizations that want to increase their visibility of their employer brand. It may not be just the people that are opted into their own town community, but how do they reach candidates at large, the right candidates as well? How do we make sure that the money invested in their employer brand is getting to the right people? And also things such as access to deeper insights. We've heard from people that, recruiters that use Wade and Wendy all the time that they were about to decline someone based on their resume, but they looked over the conversation they had with Wendy and saw that they had some really relevant projects and experiences that were not listed on their resume, but that came out of that discussion that ultimately got that person hired. And that's really what we seek and what we strive for. It really makes us happy. And hopefully ultimately accelerating this whole process. So, if you want to sign up to join our beta list to meet Wade, feel free to scan that QR code. That QR code will get you on to be able to provide your contact information and get on the list to be one of the people that are meeting Wade. We are constantly letting in new batches of people. We want to make this. We're really focusing on iteration. So again, this is it's not an easy. This is definitely not an easy product to build when you think about personalization at scale. So we really are trying to let people in that can help us get feedback throughout the process and are really interested in building a relationship with Wade over time so that they can really have this career advisor for the duration of their career. So with that, I'm going to hand this off to Whit and allow from here and actually show you guys a little bit of behind the scenes what's been going on with Wade.
Great, thank you so much, Drew. I'm going to pick up the screen share here. Okay, cool. I think that hopefully you can see what I've got on my screen now, yeah? Cool, so thanks everybody, and thanks for the tee up here, Drew. So I'm going to take you through the Wade product here. We're going to cover a bunch of different aspects of the product. I'll move things along fairly quick pace, just to make sure that we keep the schedule running on time here, and just to give you a little flavor of this. But we're really, really excited about what we're bringing here to market today. And we would, as Drew said, invite so many of you to join our private beta. At the end of this, we'll put up the QR code there as well. But without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started here. So here I am meeting Wade for the first time. I'll put in hello. Wade says, I'm here. I'm your AI career advisor. Make things as easy as possible for you, give you access to insight and opportunity. Basically says, I'll help you understand what makes you unique, attractive job seeker, provide you with targeted jobs, serve you with self-discovery content, help you schedule interviews, and connect you to resources. And we're going to see all of that in the demo here today. So let me go ahead and put in my email address. Feel free to go ahead and hit me up on that if anybody would like. So based upon my email address, Wendy has gone into our very large database and has pulled out some information about me. He said that, hey, this is what I have for you. Your name is Whitman Walker. Company is Wade & Wendy. Title is product manager. Location, New York, New York. Well, this isn't actually correct for me because I don't really go by Whitman professionally. I go by Whit. So let me go ahead and correct this. Is your first name Whitman? No. What's your first name? My first name is Whit. Okay. Is your last name Walker? Yes. Are you still working at Wade & Wendy? Yes. Still product manager? Yes. Still in New York, New York? Yes. Okay, so now you can see that this has been updated in real time, that it has updated my profile, and we'll see this later on in the demonstration. Is this correct? Yes, it is now correct. Great. All right, I've gotten that taken care of. So now let's go ahead and kind of kick off the relationship. Are you actively looking for a new opportunity? I'm actively looking for a job. Find me one right away. What job category are you most closely related to? So I'm going to put in product management. What seniority best describes your current stage? Senior. How many years of product management? 10 or more. Am I interested in changing industry? I am not. Interested in changing job function? I am not. Do you wish to stay in New York? Open to relocating? I could be open to relocating. Okay, well, for the interest of the demo, we'll take care of that at some other time, and then I'll put in my phone number. Okay. All right, so now Wade is asking me if in the future I would like to, have the conversation via SMS or via a variety of different platforms that we also work on: Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, Line, Telegram, WeChat, SMS, or chat only. For the sake of this, I will do chat only. So logistics out of the way, can start to do my due diligence. And free time, I like to crawl up with a resume. Would you like to share your resume? I will. And for the purposes of this, I will provide a fake resume. Let's see here, 1 second. Great. Of other capabilities, which ones interest you? Job opportunities, industry news, search activity tracker, career journaling, local meetups and networking opportunities, or none of these? I will be interested in job opportunities, industry news, and career journaling. Next time we chat, I'll show you some great opportunities that match your background and skills. Oops, okay. Okay, so now we'll move on to the next part of the chat, of the demonstration. So this is now a reflection of what my profile looks like within the Wade & Wendy ecosystem. This is what we call the talent space. And this is where my jumping off point for coming in and out of the chat. The chat always kicks off an experience, but then sometimes we recognize the fact that there's a need to have a central location where people can view their profiles, understand what they're looking like in the market, and just have a different sort of experience in addition to chat, because while chat can take care of a great many type of things, it does not take care of everything. So here you can see my profile where I've uploaded a image of myself, connected additional social profiles where that data can be piped in, have set my employment status, my messaging channels. I also have a professional persona, and we'll go through that here in just a little bit. I have upcoming interviews. I'll also show you that within this demonstration. I can also see relatively what's going on with search activity in my area, that there's an average search period of 30 days, which is helpful for a job seeker to understand, this is like kind of what they're looking at in terms of the economics of the hiring environment, how many people or how many companies are actively hiring within our ecosystem, and the number of candidates that are active within our ecosystem. I also can see my prior experience here, edit that, edit my search locations and add multiple locations, should I be interested in that, upload multiple versions of my resume, and set my skills so as to get better job matches and that sort of thing. So I can also say up here that I'm actively looking, and I also have within this space a job hunt. We are connected to many of the largest job boards on the planet, and we also work with our Wendy partners to make sure that our jobs get in the hands of the right job seekers. And so here is just a small example of kind of the jobs in the system for a given job seeker. We also provide additional information on other types of career pathing or job search types that you might go after. So for this, I'll come in and I'll do a product manager job. And you can just kind of see that it has more relevancy to the product manager types of jobs within the system. So here again, it's a place for you to be looking at jobs, take that into your own hands. But we also do feed jobs to the folks within our Wade environment as well. So here's what that might look like. So this is Wade reaching out to serve up a job for me with the company Waystar Royco, as made famous by the HBO show Succession. And here they're offering me a product manager role for this Fortune 50 company in New York, New York. And would I like to learn some more about this? Yes. Okay, Wade now is telling me a little bit more about the job, that the responsibilities, develop a variety of user products within the media division, ATN News, Vulture, etc. They can push me to the job description. I'll also be able to pursue this role. So Wade is saying, are you interested in pursuing this role? Yeah, that sounds great. So my profile is nearly complete, but I just need to fill in a couple gaps here. So I know you have 10 years of plus years of experience in product management, which is perfect for this role. Which product management tools do you use? So I use Jira. HR Royco uses Jira on their product team. Tell me a little bit more about your experience with Jira. I write tickets for the engineering team to develop and also help to manage the sprints using Jira. Great. In this role, you'll need someone. They will need someone who has experience managing sprints. This seems like a great fit based on your work experience. These are a few tools that I've pulled from the job description. Have you worked with any of these in the following in the past roles? Looker or InDesign are ones that I have worked with. And how would you rate your experience with Looker on a scale of 1 to 5? I am okay with Looker. I am more okay with InDesign. So I am able to rate my experiences there. Now now we can push that to the hiring organization and tell them about my experience there based on the job description. Working across geographically distributed teams, are you comfortable with that? Yes, I am. When we chatted earlier, you told me that you would like to lead a team in their next role. This is more individual contributor position. Are you open to individual contributor role? I am. I would really like to work for this company, so that's fine. Okay. So one of the additional benefits too here is that we can answer frequently asked questions about the role and provide more rich information than is typically like in the job description. So like, what's the salary? Salary for this role is $80,000. Any questions about this role? Where is the office? Office located 285 Fulton Street, New York. Any other questions about the role? Can I work from home? Due to COVID-19, which are really because offices are currently closed, this position will begin remotely and ultimately be located in person. And there are no more questions. Okay. That gives you just a little bit of an idea about kind of like what it's like for a candidate to take and submit their information for the role, ask a little bit more about it, and yeah, so that's kind of how this interaction takes place. So now we'll take a look at what that looks like within the talent space itself. So here under My Jobs, this is where like your past history of jobs lives. It's kind of your sales pipeline in a way for the jobs that you've interacted with us about. So you can come in here and you can see old roles that you have interacted with. This one is we've gotten the offer for the position. We can see the recruiter's contact information. We all know what a pain that is to kind of be juggling multiple different job openings and having to have a spreadsheet with like different contact information and different stages for the roles and this sort of thing. Meanwhile, for this job, I am awaiting, evaluation for it. So therefore, I can't see like the recruiter's information for that job. Would be similar for this one where the job is closed and that sort of thing. But then for jobs where I get approved, I can come in here and I can, well, one other thing to point out, I have this job that's upcoming, an interview that's upcoming here for this IBM job. But for that Waystar Royco job, I've recently gotten approved in the pipeline for it. So I can come in here and I can schedule an interview. So this works very similarly to how Calendly works in that, this is plugged into the recruiter's calendar, and then it offers up the relevant time slots and days that are available for me to choose. So once I have kind of clicked through and I've scheduled the interview, it then goes to my upcoming live interviews section here. And so that's kind of how that takes place within the talent space. So in the interest of moving things along, I'll show you one other way that this can take place. Just one of the many ways that we provide an ease and facility for moving things along within a job hunt. So this that I'm showing you now is how it looks when you get accepted to a role and are offered to go through the scheduling process for that role. So we have congratulations, we have the nice little Elmo GIF there. We've been approved to interview for this product manager role. As a next step, we're going to schedule an interview. So sometime in the next couple of weeks, so I'll say October, I think 19th would be good for me. Second. Okay, these are the time slots that Alex Smith, lead recruiter at Waystar Roadco, has available. Which one works best for you? Your interview details. So are these details correct? They are correct. Great, your interview has been scheduled. Now I could go and I could see Alex's profile. Is this still your phone number? Yes, it is still my phone number. And it can provide me, Wade can provide me with some interview tips. Make sure you arrive a few minutes early to your Zoom call. Come to the interview prepared with a few questions about the role in the company. Make sure you know your about me statement. Just a few sentences about your experience and that sort of thing. So that's kind of how that works. Now, the other thing I want to show you here, I'm going to skip ahead for the sake of this demo, and I'm going to trigger the bot to actually enter one of the very cool things that one of the very cool things that we have built into it, which is like personality tests and assessments. So one of the things that we aim to do with Wade is we help the job seeker to understand their personality, their professional profile at a better level. The reason we do this is because that's really a proven way to help people find jobs that are a better match for them, lead more successful careers, lead more successful job hunts because they know what's going to work and what's not going to work. They also know how to enunciate their skill set better and sell themselves when they go on a job interview more effectively. And so as part of the Wade experience, we provide a number of different kind of quizzes, assessments that are very fast, fun, lightweight sort of experiences to help people understand what's going on. So this will be an example of one of them. This one's greatly reduced in scope. The actual personality assessment's about 30 questions. I think this one's just about 5. So to get started, we'll do this personality assessment. Does change make you feel nervous, more excited, a little excited? Do you feel impatient, annoyed if a colleague is not doing their job well? Yes, sometimes. Do you need to understand how things work? Yes, I'm obsessed with this. How much does accuracy matter to you? Pretty important. Precision is a virtue for me. Do you fixate on obstacles or opportunities? Opportunities. Does being responsible for others make you feel anxious? Yeah, a little bit. Okay. So thanks for sharing with me. Based on what you've told me, I think you're a builder. Builders above all else, interested in craft and nitty-gritty of making things, executing ideas. So what we're showing here is the basis of what's going to be built up within, and I'll show you here in a second, within the talent space of the candidate profile. Goal here, like I said, is to help people understand, what goes on and what their personality is like so that they can find jobs that are better suited for them. So we'll show this in just a minute. Before I move on back to the talent space, I'll show you one more thing here, which Drew brought up earlier, which is career journaling. And career journaling is a new idea. Career journaling is something that we've crafted to basically help take that sort of difficulty of when you're writing a resume or preparing for an interview, or just like writing out a LinkedIn page or something. It's hard to remember, well, what did I do at that job? What are the accomplishments? What made me successful? What am I doing also to advance my career week over week, keeping yourself accountable, and this sort of thing. And that's what career journaling is here to help people for. So it helps improve your self-awareness, set goals, contemplate new ideas, track accomplishments, etc. So right now I'm going to show you is an interaction that we send out on a weekly basis to help candidates understand and catalog what they've been doing recently within their job. So I'll ask you 5 short questions to help you document and remember your achievements. Sounds good. What's something you created this week? I created an email signature for our newsletters. Okay. What about something you improved? I improved the way that we subscribe and unsubscribe people to our newsletters. Okay. What did you do to improve your personal brand? Not much since COVID. Maybe I should blog. Okay. Any important skills you worked on developing or improving? I am learning Photoshop. Okay. Any new professional relationships you're excited about or existing ones you've improved? Nothing new. Okay, so here's today's entry. I created an email signature for our newsletters. I improved the way we subscribe and unsubscribe people to our newsletters. Not much with the personal brand. And so now I could have this stored on my profile. Great, and so now we'll go and we'll take a look at that personal profile. So one more over here. So this is the final piece of the basic talent space profile. This is where we have personal assessments. And the personal assessments within the tool are exactly like what they sound like. They are small little modules that help you understand who you are as a professional for both your personal and career development at your current workplace, and also to help align you to jobs and to once you get in front of employers to be able to enunciate kind of who you are as effectively as possible. You know, a lot of this stuff has been scattered around the internet for a long time. What we're trying to do here is consolidate it into one place. So here you can see I have this persona that I'm a builder. It also has with it a more like built out phase to it for kind of what happens at different career phases of my journey. I also have a variety of different quizzes that I have taken, here about challenges that excite me, things that I find rewarding, my personal drive, self-worth enhancements, like, really these sort of dynamics that it's maybe hard to capture and that you don't think about, but do really matter. So that is all kind of housed here. As you move through them, you have them cataloged here along with your career journaling aspects as well. So that's the very fast rundown of what we've got going on with Wade. As mentioned, we would love to invite you all to sign up for the beta, to be able to kind of join us on this journey. If you're a job seeker, for us to help you on your journey. And yeah, we look forward to working with you and making the next step in your career a very successful one.